Our movie begins on a Friday night. Jennifer is one of the last people to leave the office. She's taking a flight to New York for the long weekend to see her ex-fiancé for Valentine's Day. As a result, she sends him an email. She doesn't want to be late for her trip, so she grabs a handful of candies and rushes out of the office. A guy is also getting ready to leave work. They find themselves waiting for the elevator at the same time. Jennifer ascends to the 49th level, while he descends to the 42nd. Guy begins conversing and laughing with her right away. She responds, but she doesn't appear interested in continuing the conversation. Guy shows her an etching on the wall when the elevator suddenly stops. Nothing works when he tries the keys and the alarm button. The guy attempts to unlock the elevator door despite the fact that the electricity appears to be still on. That does not function. They attempt to wave to the fully operating camera, but no one answers their shouts. To make matters worse, because they are 4 levels underground, none of their phones have service. Jennifer is concerned that she will miss her flight because she is unaware of the location of the building's security. They attempt calling for aid and beating on the door, but no one can hear them. The guy suspects an escape hatch, so she uncomfortably climbs on his shoulders and they inspect the elevator ceiling. He puts her down since she damaged her hand a little by banging on it. Jennifer realizes an hour later that she would miss her flight, and despite the fact that the guy cracks jokes to lighten the mood, she basically curses everyone and everything. They finally identify themselves and continue the discussion that Guy began the moment he walked onto the elevator. The guy offers Jennifer his bottle of water because she doesn't have any in her thermos, but they joke that they should open the wine he had on him instead. They both giggle when they realize they have bottle openers in their bags. They don't open the wine, but she accepts his water as a consolation gift for not having any actual food. Jennifer shares some of the sweets with the guy. She believes they should preserve their supplies, though, because they may be trapped in the elevator until Tuesday. Jennifer needs to pee 4 hours later and desperately tries to hold it, and since she is too ashamed to do this in front of Guy, he urges her to discharge herself in the corner over his coat, and when she says no, he proposes she does so in her thermos. She makes him close his eyes and put his hands over his ears. The guy begins to sing as well and she eventually pees. She then continues to add to the drawing on the elevator wall. Later, they play a game and start talking about more intimate matters. The guy informs her that no one will be looking for him because he is too preoccupied with his job. Jennifer claims to be the same. She tells him she wanted to surprise someone in New York, but he probably didn't want her to come at all. That means it's about time they opened the wine and handed it to her. They raise a glass to not being dead yet. Much afterward, they're keeping themselves entertained by drawing each other and getting closer. The gay admits that he'd seen her before in the office building. He just didn't tell her since he didn't want to come across as a stalker and make her uncomfortable. She doesn't take it as badly as he expected. She actually chuckles about it. They complete their sketches and present them to one another. Her image of him is more lighthearted, whereas he is more serious. Jennifer apologizes and takes a picture of the artwork, stating she'll use it as her profile image if they make it. They then discuss food, and because they're both hungry, she begs God to change the subject. He goes through a litany of topics, and she chooses to talk about making love, getting up and turning her camera on him, asking about the dirtiest spot he's ever made love. The guy is shy, so she shared her story first. Jennifer tells him about one of her ex-boyfriends from college and how they slept together in a library one night. When it's the guy's turn, he still doesn't want to share his story since he doesn't think it's engaging. Jennifer instructs him to create one that tells the story of a hot girl who wanted to be with him at a work picnic. He claims they got intoxicated, got in the car, and she started undressing while he was driving. That becomes strange and unpleasant again, telling Jennifer that he became aroused and had to stop. He apologizes because he believes he has crossed a line, but she insists it's fine. The guy approaches her awkwardly, kisses her, and then starts undressing her. They make love in the elevator after Guy tells her he might fall in love with her, but she runs away. Jennifer informs him that she wishes to rekindle her relationship with her ex. That was why she wanted to go to New York and surprise him in order to patch things up and make things better. Unlike Guy, she believes that, while their encounter was enjoyable, they should keep it casual because her relationship with her ex is genuine. Jennifer is open and honest with him about her feelings and her previous relationship. The guy, on the other hand, believes they clicked and that her ex does not deserve her. She becomes enraged since she plainly still loves him and tells the guy that after they exit the elevator, they will simply return to their separate lives. That continues to argue that they were destined to be together. Even though they're imprisoned in a box together, He begins to cry because he feels estranged. Something in him suddenly flips, and Jennifer feels it. The guy begins to reveal the truth about himself to her. He lied to her about where he worked and who he was. The guy informs her that he did not simply see her, but that he saw her every day at work. He pulls out his phone and shows Jennifer the surveillance images he has of her, including the times and dates. He even has a video of her entering. That night, the elevator, Jennifer is afraid. He tells her that he's actually the building's security guard, and she gets angry when he explains that no one ever notices people like her. She didn't even recognize him, even though he works at the front desk. He thinks that he knows her more than her ex and tells her that he planned everything that happened that night. The guy takes out a key and unblocks the elevator. Jennifer can't believe what he did to her and says that she'll call the cops and that he'll rot in jail. He doesn't like that, so he grabs her and they begin to struggle, flailing her legs during the fight. Jennifer breaks the elevator key. They continue to fight and she knocks him out with her shoe. Jennifer is afraid that she killed him, so she approaches him to check when he suddenly jumps up and knocks her down. They both remain unconscious in the elevator. After a while, Jennifer wakes to find the guy conscious already. She asks him why he did that, and his reasoning is that he wanted to get her away from everything so that they could connect on a human level. He says that they didn't just have a date, but an entire relationship in the weekend stuck in the elevator. Jennifer thinks that he's not going to get away with it because someone will surely come to get them out. Unfortunately, she finds out that the guy has taken all the shifts for that weekend, and the two other guards won't be coming in until the extended weekend is over on Tuesday. Jennifer asks what he'll do, and he says that he would rather kill her than go back to prison. He says that he never forced her to do anything, but Jennifer tells him that he kidnapped her. That sends him into a rage spiral. When he calms down, he opens the present that Jennifer had bought for her ex-fiancé. He finds a shirt in a box in the bag. The guy puts the shirt on and tells Jennifer to open the rest of the present. Jennifer opens the box to reveal cigars, complete with the necessary tools like the cigar, scissors, and lighter. He lights a cigar and taunts Jennifer further, even saying that she could have gotten her ex back with all the nice gifts. In a gust of irony, he wishes her a happy Valentine's Day. Sometime later, the guy apologizes to Jennifer for scaring her and asks her if they can reconcile. He asks for another chance and tells her that she doesn't have to answer right away, but to think about it. The guy comments on the travel ad that's playing in the elevator, saying that the people in the video look happy together. He tells Jennifer that he'll take her to the resort from the ad one day. He's bothered by the neon light in the elevator that isn't working, so he breaks it with Jennifer's thermos. The guy realizes that the light bulbs under the ceiling panels must get replaced sometime. He thinks that he can get that panel off and get out of the elevator. Thought there as he breaks it open with a thermos. Jennifer stands up next to him and he asks Jennifer to give him a boost to get up there, promising that he'll come back for her. However, Jennifer thinks it would be easier if he gives her a boost because she doesn't have enough strength to do it. He doubts that she'll want to come back for him and she'll call the cops. Jennifer tells him everything that he wants to hear and convinces him to give her the boost she gets on his shoulders and pulls out of the elevator. The guy tells her where the ladder and the door are, happy that they finally managed to escape. Jennifer turns around and gives him the middle finger, pissing him off as she climbed the ladder. He finds a way to get out of the elevator too. The guy binds two pieces of clothing together and throws them over the elevator beam. Jennifer is already moving towards the door as he starts climbing up. He tells her that she'd better run because now she's going to die. Jennifer gets close to the door when he already reaches the level she's on and follows her. She opens the door and screams for help. Then he suddenly garbs her and hurls both of them back in the elevator. They both fall unconscious. Jennifer wakes up first and sees the fire sprinklers, conceiving a new plan to get herself out. She tries to activate the fire alarms by lighting a cigar, but when she doesn't manage that, she starts a small fire as the elevator fills with smoke. The guy wakes up and she punches him and breaking his nose. Jennifer succeeds in restraining him with a piece of clothing. He tells her that the fire alarm won't come on, but that they'll just get soaked and electrocuted. Jennifer threatens to seriously hurt him and makes him confess to everything that he's done to her. She turns her camera on and shoots herself, explaining what she knows about what happened. Jennifer turns the camera on him and asks for his real name. He says he's called John Deacons. John confesses that he got them stuck in the elevator on purpose. He even etched the drawing on the wall. That Friday, he used the key to stop the elevator while she wasn't looking. Jennifer makes him admit to trapping her in the elevator. John admits to trapping and kidnapping her. She keeps questioning him, so he confesses to the camera everything that he did to her, from hitting her head on the ground to throwing her against the wall. Jennifer asks why, and John says that he just wanted a date with her. If he had asked her out, normally she would have turned him down. John tells her who he was before he became a security guard. He was an accountant that worked for a big firm and was a real hotshot. John tells her that the story about the girl in the car was true, but that it ended differently than what he implied. He ended up missing an exit and drove straight into a ravine. The car flipped 7 times until it was stopped by a tree. The girl was dead on impact. John got only 6 months in jail because he had the resources to keep himself out. When he got out, the only job he could get was as a security guard. After a few months, he wanted to be himself again and feel it for a little while. Jennifer still doesn't understand why he chose her. He says that it's because she's great. Monday arrives and they're still trapped. One of the other security guards said he takes his new girlfriend to the building to show her the roof. When they walk inside, he looks for John. And when he doesn't find him, he checks the security monitors that he sees. John and Jennifer are stuck in the elevator, waking them both up. Jennifer begs him to get them out of there. He tells her that he'll come down and get them out while his girlfriend falls asleep on the couch, and he gets to the elevator and pulls the doors open with a crowbar. Jennifer wants to get out, but he tells her that he needs to open the doors completely first and moves away. Suddenly, John knocks her out. He tells Eddie that he's there. He gives John his keys. John tells him that it's not working and that he says he'll climb in to help them. He gets stuck in the elevator and sees that something has happened inside. When John turns on the elevator and cuts him in half, he knocks Jennifer out again, then takes her to his car and puts her in the trunk. John goes back into the building and disposes of his body and his clothes. He cleans himself up and puts on his uniform, sliding a cigar into his pocket. When John gets to the front desk, he deletes all of the videos from the security cameras at his girlfriend, wakes up and John kills her too, then drops her in the shaft as well. John gets to his car and takes Jennifer to a secluded location to dispose of her. He pours gasoline into a dumpster to prepare before he opens the trunk. John tells Jennifer that he still likes her and it's unfortunate they couldn't be together. Jennifer pretends that she's dead, and when John goes over to the dumpster, she hits him over the head, gets in the car and starts driving. At one point, she stops when she finds the lit cigar in the tray. Jennifer starts backing up the car and rams into a terrified John. She comes out and sees that he's in the dumpster. Jennifer relates the cigar and walks away. Then she flicks the lid by the end of the dumpster, burning John alive. We hope that you enjoy your time and have a good day.